welcome at Euronews the Executive Director of UN Women. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you.
You are here in Brussels for these European Development Days, which feature a lot of topics in terms of the future Agenda 2030. In terms of women and women empowerment, the current trends say that it will take 50 years for women parity in politics and 80 years for women parity at economical level. Yeah. How to speed up the process?
In terms of political participation, we are engaging with political parties as well as members of parliament for them to agree on a threshold of numbers to bring women into these decision-making bodies and can keep it at that level. But also, we need to mobilize and encourage women to avail themselves for these positions, because sometimes women are so discouraged because they do not see that they are being supported, and also the hassle of being in some of the political jobs, including sexual harassment that women experience, and the lack of support that ensures that women can manage between home and work.
Would you think that to get a female UN Secretary General could make a difference?
Absolutely, because women need role models. I believe that just by having a women Secretary General will encourage more countries to elect women as heads of state. Because many women who are also voters, they actually probably see more men everywhere in the world in positions of authority, and that they don't actually expect that a woman would be able to make it. So they resign to supporting men as candidates, because women are a large number of voters. They could use their vote to change the dynamics. If you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, we have made good progress, that we have a goal for women, but we've got indicators to gauge the changes and the impact on women in every goal. But the resources available do not match what we're trying to solve.
So there is not enough money. But is the money being diverted to other priorities?
Well, because women, I think, are seen as a side event. You've got other big issues, supposedly, that are the mainstream issues. The women's issues are the side issues.
But for example, improving health, education, sanitation, those are very important issues for women empowerment.
But we have to target much better. If you go to health budgets, most of the budget isn't about maternal health, isn't about prenatal health, which are the issues for women, isn't about addressing adolescent health, isn't about reproductive rights. We see these as game changers for society. They will shape the population, they will determine whether women will be poor, but we sort of expect that to happen without actually investing on it to happen in a big way, and without addressing, for instance, the reproductive rights of women and the sexual rights of women, we will not be able to address poverty.
Absolutely. I wanted to go to the fact that we are now with conflict and refugees and displaced people all over the world. What is the specific role of women in peacekeeping, in mediation?
The research that we've done shows that peace agreements in which women participated at the highest level as negotiators are the peace agreements that are likely to sustain peace for longer. Because women are able to put in place also inclusive agreements that will benefit the majority of that society, and therefore everybody has a stake in the peace because it benefits them. They address issues of women who are widows, they address loss of sources of economic well-being of women. They make sure that the inheritance by widows is also benefiting widows. Women are not marginalized because they lost their partners, and they made sure that the reparations are not only for those who are carrying arms, but also for those who were affected by the arms. Usually they would not have been part of the conflict in the direct way, are much keener on reconciliation and are able to compromise and to work with people on the different sides of the divide. And that helps for the healing to be deeper and to be sustainable.
In a nutshell, what is your wish for women in 2013? What would you like the world to be then for women?
2030, substantive equality, where the representation of women in senior position is not an exception, but a rule. Where the number of heads of states in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, there's just as many women who are leading nations as there are men. I would like in 2013 for women and the millennials not to be paid unequally just because they are women. They should be paid because of the contribution that they make.
Let's see in 15 years. Executive Director of UN Women, thank you very much for being with Africanews.
Thanks.